Uninterrupted play is the way that we play at Poppies, and it's very, very important to us. Tina Bruce talks about wallowing in their play. We need time to have uninterrupted time at play where the adult can observe but from a distance and allow the length of time for play to be the length of time for play. If you are so deeply engrossed in your play and we can see the huge value for that, we don't interrupt it. And in that way we get that depth of knowing that I can come to this more than once in the day and it's going to be protected, because we can't master our skills unless we have numerous times to do it. That's the importance of uninterrupted play. It allows time to really connect up your learning.
One of my first trainings that I was on was with Dr. Stella Louis. After listening to her, that really inspired me to think, how are children learning and what do they need? That's where my passion started with early years, learning how very young children communicate and what we need to do as educators to support them. So there was a little boy this morning who I could see was really wanting to use the kitchen and he couldn't quite reach the cupboard, and I could see by the way he was getting frustrated by pointing and babbling that that's what he was needing to do. So I just got him the little step, and then he was able to get up, put his cup away, have a little drink, pop his cup in and out, and the way he just then turned and shared a big beaming smile with me, I could say, okay, that's me, listen to you, I've helped what you were needing to do, and now he wasn't then feeling so frustrated because he was managed to achieve what he was needing to.
So we spent some time in the wee garden this morning exploring lard and birdseed to make bird feeders, whereas we were learning about why our birds need the bird feeders at this time of year, and just so much more discussion about texture with the lard, texture of the birdseed. This was just a great opportunity to learn about why and what it is that we're using. And as well, there was a time where geese flew past, and again, going by the children's interest, we stopped for a few moments to talk about the geese going past. And that's another thing about Froebel, is you go by the child and you go by what they want to do and their interests, so that as soon as they talked about the geese for a few minutes, it was back to exploring the tray with the lard and the seeds and that whole messy, exploring sensory play.
We like to involve the children in as many real-life experiences as possible. The more they experience, whether that's at home or here, the wider their world will be and the greater their understanding will be. So one of those things that we do is have fires. It's fantastic for teaching them safety. Today was soup that was made inside by some of the children, and then we cook that on the fire. So we let all the children have a go at lighting the fire, because it's really important to be able to have that experience. And maybe you don't succeed the first time, or the second, or even the third, but it's something that occasionally by the time you get to school, you might actually be able to do. And you could see the children's delight today when they actually produce sparks. It's fantastic learning opportunity, great perseverance for them. And like today, you could see without even being able to light the fire themselves, the joy they were getting from being able to succeed in just getting a spark was fantastic. And they were sharing that achievement with each other too.
We talked between us what we could do to get the older children involved with the wee children, and the older children love a job, so we set it up as one of their helper jobs in the morning. So they come in, they help put things on the tables, they set the bowls, they'll hand out the cutlery, and then they'll maybe help with any spillages. And it's quite nice because they chat with the wee ones. They then help them at sleep times, and it was just shown today, it does really work. And I think it kind of brings the older children that calm space as well. Sometimes if that child maybe needs that just separation from what's going on in the big room, it gives that okay, you can come and help us. And that word help brings it out in a child, because they're like, you want me to help you, and it's nice.
Since we've embraced trying to make our pedagogy much slower, that has really had a fantastic effect on the children. I would also recommend the Froebel courses, because they really helped just understand the why we do everything that we do. We know it's right because we know how it works for the child, but it's lovely to tie that into Froebel, and it completes the circle.
We do need to be continuous learners ourselves. And I think when you begin to develop an understanding of why play is so important, and you become more confident to be within that play, and perhaps sometimes step a little bit away from your tick sheet or your plan for the day, and allow yourself to really engage within the play with the child, you will find you'll get a lot more answers. Doing the Froebelian training for me actually adds that depth to it, and you then become passionate about why it's so important that we are knowledgeable, nurturing educators, and that we are professional in the way that we develop and learn ourselves. And the more we know, the better practitioner we become.